Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, turning in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback to warm nights, almost left behind. A suitcase of memories, time after sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you have said, and you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me, time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting, time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting, time after time.
Each morning as the sun rises, your smile gives light to my day. Your kiss reminds me that my heart doesn't beat alone. Your arms bring a peace and a comfort that leaves me breathless and entrenched in your love. The stars bear witness to the love we made, and the moon casts shadows that reflect the season of our youth. Our footsteps mark the journey we took together and leave a map of our time here. If true love is the joining of two souls, then we are one, fused together by destiny and fate. Our love is sealed in eternity, and we are its timeless capsule. We rose with the sun, and we will walk away one day when it sets, hand in hand, time after time.
Darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, I'm wondering if you're okay, and you say, go slow, I fall behind. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me, time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting, time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting, time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. My name's Rich.
I'm Kim. Who are you here with?
Here with my buddy Jer. He's over at the bar. We're actually on a double date. How did you meet Bill?
Oh, I met him here at the bar a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, it's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Hope your date goes well.
Thanks. How old were you when you first met? I was 19 years old.
And I was 18. I was just 18 in December. So,
You were still in high school.
yep.
Were you single?
Yes. Yes, we were both single.
Who was the last girlfriend and boyfriend before we met? Mine was Barb, was a cocktail waitress, worked at the Ramada where I hung out.
Yep, and mine was Danny, who was Uncle Hal's brother, Danny, and he lives in Ohio now, but that's who that was.
First impression when we first saw each other. Well, I thought you were pretty, but you danced terrible and your hair was way too short.
Oh, I thought you were handsome,
Of course.
but you were very annoying and you talked too much.
Okay. I disagree with that, but anyways. Our first kiss.
It was at Spencerport Bowl. You came to see me while I was in a bowling league. I was with, my mom bowled in a bowling league, so I was being a substitute that day.
I remember, that's right. You were filling in.
Filling in.
First official date, St. Patrick's Day.
1983.
Yep. Where was our first date? Well, we walked around the city and just kind of hung out. I showed you my old neighborhood, remember?
Yeah, we went to Ray's Tavern.
Yeah.
Jake's.
Yeah, some of the
We walked all
local
over Grape
bars
Street.
and hangouts where I played pool. How did our first date go? Well, it was interesting for sure. We
Yeah.
got to learn a lot about each other. I think it went really nice.
That was really nice. I remember.
It was a nice
because
date.
we wanted to see each other again. I
Yeah,
remember.
we just
Yeah.
talked a lot about, our childhoods and where we grew up. And I grew up in Dutchtown, like Grape Street,
Yep,
and
and
you grew up.
on Lisbon Street.
Yeah,
I was
Lisbon
till I was
at
8.
the time. Yeah.
Yep, Lisbon Street, and then we moved
So
out
we
to Gates.
both grew up in the city, which was interesting. Not
Yep.
too far from each other. How would you rate your date? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say 7, 8-ish. I mean, I thought it
Yeah, it
was
was
a good
about
date.
a 7, 8. Yeah, it was a good date.
I mean, we didn't do nothing like overly exciting, so I
No.
would say between a 7 and an 8. Where did you work when you first met? I was at Bourne's Office Supply. I was a shipping clerk.
Yeah, and I was at Jim's Ground Round. I had started there when I was 15, so I was still working there. And
Yeah, Bourne's Office Supply was downtown Rochester on State Street, and that was also
Jim's was on Buffalo Road
Yeah.
near the office now. Yeah.
Favorite pastime together? Definitely driving around.
Oh,
in
driving
the
around
Mustang.
everywhere.
We went everywhere, all
We
over.
visited every person.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
we-
gosh, I could give you a list of 50 or 60 people. I
I
met
know.
so many people.
I had a lot of friends when I lived in the city for sure. We were never sure. We couldn't even drive down the road without being waved
no,
over by
we
somebody.
would be pulled over. Lyle Avenue, Dewey, everywhere we went. It was like,
I knew-
hey Richie.
I knew people,
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yep.
First song dedication, and that was Elton John. This is your song.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for
that was the first. There was obviously other ones.
Other ones.
But that was the first one.
Yeah.
Real meaningful one. Favorite movies together? Definitely The Evil Dead, because we loved horror movies.
Oh my God,
And
Evil
then,
Dead, and then Gremlins.
The Gremlins, of course. We liked that because that had some personal little sentiment to it.
One thing we didn't talk about is what music we listened to when we met. You were listening to.
Oh yeah, my favorite band would have been. I loved Creedence. Bob Seger for sure. Loved Bob Seger.
Mine was Tom Petty, and Meatloaf, the Cars. You know, I was all into that kind of music when you met me.
Yeah.
Company, always on the run. Destiny is a rising sun. Oh, I was born, six gun in my hand. Behind a gun, I make my final stand. Hey, it's why they call me bad company, but I can't deny. Well, she was an American girl, raised on promises. She couldn't help thinking that there was a little more life somewhere else. After all, it was a great big world with lots of places to run to. Yeah, if she had to die trying, she had one little promise she was gonna keep. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy, baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl.
A favorite date? Definitely the picnic at the lake back
The
then.
picnic at the lake was amazing.
Yeah, that was at Manitow Beach Road. That's where the old Elm Heart
Hotel
used to be, and they had the dance hall was still up when we went there, if you remember.
Yep.
And
And I don't know if it was Valentine's Day. I certainly know that it was an amazing day. When we got there, you opened the trunk of the car and you had, a bottle of champagne and a dozen roses and a huge, huge heart box of candy. And it was
I was
so
definitely romantic.
You were very romantic, and I actually thought at that time, as early as it was, I was like, "Is he gonna propose?" No, he didn't.
No, not that.
But it was
Not
just
there.
as nice.
Yeah, I think
So,
you did think that.
I did. So
Worst date? Oh boy, that's easy for me. That was one of our first dates when we went to that steak and lobster because a burger wasn't good enough for you. And then we had $20, which was your $20 in all fairness. But I'm like, well, then we should eat practical. We'll just get a burger or something so we have some gas money to drive around and tell them what you ordered.
I ordered steak and lobster, but you have to remember, $5 put a full tank of gas. I mean, gas was only
I don't
50
care.
cents
I
a
remember
gallon.
being so mad at you because I'm like, we have $20 for the week, dude. And you're ordering steak and lobster? You were an expensive date.
I was. I loved my steak and lobster. Yeah, you were upset.
First time you said you loved her. I said it a lot, but I think the most meaningful time for me that I remember, like, just really feeling it.
Yeah, it was at
like
the
we
lake.
were getting to the place was probably that date at the lake.
Mine was the date at the lake. Yeah, because I said it all the time. But
Favorite restaurants? Oh boy, we had a lot.
oh yeah, Mr. Steak was
Yeah.
was one of our
Streb's,
first.
and then
Streb's, it's no longer there.
Took you to Russo's. Streb's was on Ridge Road.
Yep.
And Mr. Steak was in Henrietta.
Yeah, Streb's is where the new Red Fidelis is.
Yeah.
They tore that down.
And then Russo's, our favorite place to get breakfast, which was on Lyle Avenue.
Lyle Avenue down in the city near Mount Reed.
Yeah. And then Shaler's, of course.
We all know where
loved
that is at the lake.
And then when we got a few dollars
Yep.
more in our belts, we would go to the Crescent Beach, which we
Hotel.
loved
Oh
that
my
place.
gosh. Sitting there next to the window was amazing on the lake.
First nickname, I called you LB.
Yep, and I called you Honeydew.
Yeah, LB was stood for Lori Beth because I used to love Happy Days,
Happy Days.
and that's what Richie Cunningham
Yeah.
called his girlfriend on that show,
Yep.
LB.
LB.
Vehicle you drove when you met each other? I had a 74 Honda. I think it was a 750, that motorcycle, but I had a motorcycle.
And I was driving my parents' cars.
Yeah, but
And then
then
soon after that, I got a loan for a '66 Mustang from
Right.
friends of my parents. I paid $500 for that
right,
Mustang.
and that became a little bit of one of our first disagreements.
Disagreements,
because
yeah.
I traded my Honda motorcycle for a 1950 two-door Chevy.
Yeah, but wasn't the gas tank in the back seat or the
It was,
trunk?
but the car was still nice.
Yeah,
But we
well-
could only afford to put one car on the road, and you went and put the Mustang on the road.
I
and
got a loan on it. I had
I
to drive
understand.
it to school.
But
and,
I was just disappointed at the time.
yeah, I was like,
But-
well, go put it on the road yourself.
Worst pet peeve? Definitely your expensive dinner choices for me, and the fact I couldn't keep you up on a Saturday night, especially if you had a glass of wine or a drink.
Yeah,
Forget
well-
about it.
And mine was you talk too much, and I
Hey.
don't know what it is. People would not understand. You just did not eat.
Well-
You made it a joke. You were like John Belushi. You made it a quest to try to eat just like a slob. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
I ate like a slob. Our first pet, Kona. That was our
Oh, yeah,
German
we had a-
Shepherd. We loved that dog.
Yeah, we had a German Shepherd, and he used to drive around in the car with me.
Everywhere you went, I'd make you take him. Remember, if you had to go
Yeah.
to the store, because he was so protective of you.
Yep, yep.
But we loved that dog. Our first argument and breakup was definitely
Yeah.
over that girl that
Yeah, you took for a ride on the motorcycle.
on the
we just
motorcycle, who
purchased.
was Dale, who was not really.
Yeah, you say that, but I seen Dale. Dale wasn't exactly ugly.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
well, we
was-
broke up.
It was an innocent ride. We broke up.
My dad actually saw you on the
And then
ride,
told
and then
you.
told me, and I was like, "You lied."
All
I think it was
right,
one of the first times you lied.
year you proposed.
1984. It was in the
1984.
winter.
Yeah.
84.
Where did you propose? That was at our friend's house. We were at Mike and Robin's house.
On
Remember?
Austin Street. Yep.
How did you propose? I-
We were there for you and Mike were playing guitars.
Yeah,
And-
we were having band practice. Then I hit a ring and with a note in a glove box. Remember, sent
Yep.
you out to get my pick,
Yep.
and then you opened it up, and there was your
His
ring.
Yep.
Year married, August 1985. Wedding venue, outdoor at your parents' house.
My parents had just built that garage,
Yeah, we had.
and it was totally empty, brand new, and that was fun.
Yeah,
so,
that was
and Jim's
beautiful.
Ground Round actually catered it.
Yeah, and that was a
It was
beautiful,
awesome
beautiful
wedding.
outside. A wedding song, "I
was
Love You"
I
by the
Love You.
Climax Blues Band.
It was amazing.
Our honeymoon,
We went to the Thousand
Went
Islands.
to Hard Island, remember, and
Yep.
took a boat cruise. That was a lot of fun.
Yep, that's true.
We borrowed your sister's car to go there. Remember, ours wasn't.
We didn't have a very good one.
No.
Would you just stay with me?
Stay with you? What for? Look at us, we're already fighting.
Well, that's what we do. We fight. You tell me when I'm being an arrogant son of a bitch, and I tell you when you're being a pain in the ass. Which you are, 99% of the time. I'm not afraid to hurt your feelings. They have like a 2-second rebound rate, and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
So what?
So it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be really hard. And we're gonna have to work at this every day, but I wanna do that because I want you. I want all of you, forever, you and me, every day. Will you do something for me? Please? You just picture your life for me. 30 years from now, 40 years from now, what's it look like?
When I was a younger man, I hadn't a care. Fooling around, hitting the town, growing my hair. You came along and stole my heart when you entered my life. Ooh, babe, you got what it takes, so I made you my wife. Since then, I never look back. a dream. And ooh, I love you. You came along from far away and found me here. I was playing around, feeling down, hitting the bill. You picked me up from off the floor and gave me a smile. Said you're much too young, your life ain't begun. Let's walk for a while. And as my head was spinning round, I gazed into your eyes and thought, ooh, I want you. Thank you, babe, for being a friend, shining your light on my life. 'Cause ooh, I need you. As my head was coming round, I gazed into your eyes and thought, ooh, I want you. Thanks again for being my friend and straightening out my life. 'Cause ooh, I need you.
First home or apartment, that would have been Bauer Street.
Yeah, but that was before we were married.
Yeah, that's true. But that was still the first place I remember us living together. And
Right.
that was definitely a learning curve for us, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I kept elbowing you in the bed in the nose in
Yep.
the middle of the night because we weren't
Yeah.
used to sleeping with each other.
Yeah.
First new car together,
No, it was the 1977 Ford pickup.
yep, 1977 Ford pickup. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice. And
Nice.
that was a standard, and I had to teach you to drive
And
it.
I still didn't. Oh my gosh! And yet that was the most patient you ever were.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
tried to teach me, and you said, "All right, just pull over. I'll get in the
Yeah,
driver's
but every
side."
time something went wrong, I'll be honest with you, I do remember
Put in
getting
the clutch, put
frustrated.
in the clutch,
You
and
would
I-
just let go of everything. The truck's jumping and hopping, and you're screaming. I'm like, push in the clutch. Worst memory.
Before marriage.
Yeah, before marriage, obviously. Back in the day, I would say getting our truck repossessed and being evicted from our apartment on Norton Street. That was
Well, that was when
because
we
that was
both-
on New
that was when right after we got married.
right, and that was New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. That was our worst night. It
So
was New Year's Eve.
we had to pack up in a blizzard, if you remember.
But it wasn't our fault. That guy was
I know,
a horrible
but we had to
person.
pack up in a blizzard and move everything
Yep.
that we could move in a car.
Yep.
And then we ended up moving in the basement of my father's house, and that was a horrible memory back then.
Yeah, it
We
was.
didn't have no money really. We didn't have anywhere to go. We were stuck living in that basement for 2-3 months till we got
Yeah,
some
a
money,
month,
got on our
yeah.
feet.
We moved to Maple Street.
Yeah,
After that.
best memory. I'm gonna say for me back in the day was when you would bring me burgers from work. Loved them.
Oh yeah, from Jim's.
I was
yeah.
too poor to enjoy a lot of food, so that was something I look forward to. And definitely when I got off the plane in Buffalo after being stranded in Florida.
Well,
Remember?
yeah, you and Johnny were gonna.
we
you
took
know,
our motorcycles.
Spread your wings. And,
Right. We took a cross-country trip with our motorcycles to Florida, and Johnny's broke down. Mine was having mechanical issues, and we had to fly back home.
Yep.
To which you actually borrowed money to get me tickets to do, I think.
Yep. My parents paid for you guys to come back,
Yeah.
and my mom and dad drove me and
Buffalo to get us.
all the way to Buffalo to get you guys off that plane.
Biggest
I remember
regret.
that.
Biggest regret. Definitely when I hit you in the head with a golf club when we were in a double date.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, we were with Bob and Cher.
Yeah, and that me and Bob were trying to hit golf balls up on Ridge
And
Road, and
Road.
I accidentally swung that thing and
You went,
clunked you
yeah,
right
you
in the
put
head.
your over your head.
Yeah, we were trying.
You're hitting it like a
we were trying
badminton, like a tennis racket.
Yeah, we were hitting them up on Ridge Road trying to hit
Yeah,
cars. We were bad.
and you hit me right smack in
That
the
was
middle. I
a
still
bad
have a dent in my
memory.
head.
But definitely, I would say that one, and then my head-on collision when I was drag racing Johnny B. Remember?
Yeah.
On Emerson Street, I hit that car at 80-something miles an hour. That was bad. That was a real bad memory.
And going to Bristol Mountain and catching pneumonia and getting OCD.
Yeah, OCD was, for
that's-
both of us, was and still has been a tough thing. It was hard on you for sure because we didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. I just remember, and again, I still don't know if it was from the pneumonia, the car wreck.
But the trauma was trauma.
I mean, we were
all
told
the
it's
way
a
around.
chemical imbalance, and it could have come from a trauma. It could have come from
Well, you had a
childhood.
fever of 105.
Right, and there was an ice storm.
Yeah, it was
I couldn't get out of bed.
Couldn't get out of bed.
And that was in that major ice storm, and everybody in the whole
1991.
city was shut down.
1991.
Yeah, and that was tough. But yeah, OCD was scary. I remember becoming actually depressed and bedridden. The kids were little, if you remember. I wouldn't come out of the room. I didn't know what I had. Then you discovered watching that show. You remember?
Yeah, we lived on Avis Street.
And then we finally could put a name to what I had.
I knew it wasn't deadly.
No, but it was still
But it was
depressing,
still
and I didn't.
depressing and nightmare.
It caused a lot of anxiety and fear, and again, something I still deal with today. But once we found out it was a disease, and it wasn't, I thought I was going crazy. I didn't know
we were
why it
married
was.
almost 10 years when all of that happened.
Yeah, and then
And
remember
think
all
about that. You were all basically normal, and all of a sudden,
lost a lot of my friends during that. People, a lot of them a lot of good ones stood by me as well, and a lot didn't deal well with it, which was understandable. But I became pretty reclusive for a while after that because I had to figure out how to deal with it and be
I
around
remember
people.
when I'm the only one that could drive.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It was
drive
like
a
you
car.
wouldn't drive a car. I had to drive everywhere.
I wouldn't touch things. I wouldn't go in public. It was a really, that was a tough time in our life. I mean, it was and I just remember the hardest part of it all for me is not understanding what it was. So I didn't know what I was really dealing with. Like I said, I just thought I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Once we knew it was obsessive compulsive disorder,
Yeah.
we were able to at least, once I could put a name to it and know other people had it, okay, so I'm not crazy. And we learned it was a chemical imbalance. So then it was a matter of trying to adjust my life so that I could at least function. I was wearing them suits and 80, 90-degree weather
so
and gloves.
for the past 30 years, we've just been.
Dealing
We had
with
the
it.
family. You know, the kids were
Yeah, I don't think
4 and
Yeah.
7 and 10.
I don't think they totally get it, and I understand that they don't. But it's not a choice. It's something I just have to live with, and I think I've made amazing strides. If the kids were ever to watch videos of people who have it and some of the things they do, I have at least learned to function with it. I mean, there was a time where I couldn't. Let's be honest. I was bedridden. I wasn't leaving the room. I just didn't know how to deal with anything.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's definitely probably one of my biggest, I don't know if it's the biggest regret because I don't think I could control it. I think regret's maybe something more that you would change if you could, and I can't really change OCD. But still, it's a bad memory for us because it was our first time as a couple facing a situation that serious. We didn't know what to do, and it stressed our marriage. If you remember, we had no money, and I would throw out half the groceries, all the Scott towels because they had specks in them. Remember?
Oh my God, yes.
Squeeze all the toothpaste out.
7 rolls of paper towels.
Yeah, it was stressful. It was stressful, and I know it was taking its toll on you, and well, me as well. And
Yeah, I was ready to
but
leave.
anyways.
Would anyone notice if tonight I disappeared? Would anyone chase me and say the words that I need to hear? That I'm no burden, not so worthless, bent so much that I just might break. all consuming, so confusing. The questions that keep me awake. Would anyone care? Would anyone cry if I finally stepped off of this ledge tonight? Would anything change? Would you all be just fine? 'Cause I need a reason to not throw the fight. It just might save my life. Would anyone want me? If they knew what was inside my head, would anyone see me for the person that I really am? I won't lie, so hard to hide. I've never felt worthy of love. I would give up everything I have just to feel good enough. Would anyone care? Would anyone cry if I finally stepped off of this ledge tonight? Would anything change? Would you all be just fine? 'Cause I need a reason to not throw the fight. It just might save my life.
Okay, what were some of your favorite TV shows back in the day? Definitely Happy Days,
The Waltons,
All in the Family, and
Mork and Mindy.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yep. Laverne and Shirley.
Oh yeah, MASH. Your favorite was the Waltons, right?
Yeah, the Waltons. I really liked them. Oh, 8 is Enough. Remember?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. I didn't watch too much. We didn't have a lot of shows.
No.
I mean, we had 3 stations.
Yeah,
so-
and on Sunday nights it was the Walt Disney
Right.
movie of the week.
Right. Okay, what were your goals in life? Well, mine was always to have my own business, of course, and honestly, just to have a family. Obviously, after living with separate, through my parents' divorce and not being able to be with my siblings, that was a goal of mine. Plus, the old man was a rotten person. It was like this thing to grow up and do it right, for me. I was like, I'm going to have a wife, and I'm not going to get divorced, and I'm going to raise my kids and not beat them and abuse them and have them live in fear. So that was definitely probably my biggest goal, and I just like that. Even at, I told you, 14, 15, it was like all I wanted to do. Everyone else was thinking about college and school and whatever they were going to do. I just wanted to have a family. That was my thing.
Yeah, I was going to go to college and become an accountant. Then I was going to have kids and a family and live in a big house and marry a doctor.
Well, you did that. You did that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did all that.
I think I'm a doctor sometimes. I didn't do that business yet.
No, you didn't do that
Oh,
business
okay.
yet. But I was
Maybe I'll
going
do
to.
it.
Yeah.
Did life turn out the way you wanted it to? Well, we're still together after 41 years. There's that.
Yeah, 41 long years.
It hasn't always been easy, but we put in the work, I feel, and we stayed committed to each other, through
Yep.
good and bad,
Bad and sad and
sickness
happy
and health, as they say. I got the family I always longed for and dreamed of as a young man.
Yeah, I have 3 beautiful children and 5 grandkids, and I didn't become an accountant, but I certainly got the job I know how to do.
You're an office manager, and you,
Yeah. I am.
you run a show. It's probably similar in
Similar.
some degree. You run a company, so
Yeah, and there's less stress because
Right.
owning your own company was a lot of stress there.
I
so.
wished, the family could be a little closer, but, but as life would have it, we all got our own individual things going on, and kids got, school and sports and activities, and of course our kids camp, so summers are a
Yeah.
little odd.
And
getting
they're all at
together.
that age where, again, like you said, they have their own families and worlds.
Yeah, and
to
plus
live
we're
in,
getting
but
older. We've been dealing with a lot of health issues.
Then after
I think losing RJ,
RJ.
definitely changed his
That's
family, regardless if
Yeah, RJ
Everyone
always,
realizes it.
was the glue, I think.
he was the glue for sure, and he was the peacekeeper. So
Yeah.
You know, RJ, around the holidays, he wanted to make sure everybody was coming,
Everybody was
everything,
showing up, and
everything was right, and there
yep.
wasn't going to be any problems. And I don't think life will ever be the same without RJ, and I know I'll never be the same. You know, not only was he my firstborn, my only son, it ripped, kind of ripped
It,
my heart in
I don't
half.
think any of us will ever be the
No,
same.
I don't think any of us ever will be, for sure.
Well, they built the Titanic to be one of a kind, but many ships have ruled the seas. They built the Eiffel Tower to stand alone, but they could build another if they please. The Taj Mahal, the pyramids of Egypt are unique, I suppose. But when they built you, brother, they broke the mold. Now the world is filled with many wonders under the passing sun. But sometimes something comes along, you know it's for sure the only one. The Mona Lisa, the David, the Sistine Chapel, Jesus, Mary, and Joe. And when they built you, brother, they broke the mold. When they built you, brother, they turned dust into gold. When they built you, brother, they broke the mold. They say you can't take it with you, but I think they're wrong. 'Cause all I know is I woke up this morning and something big was gone. Gone into that dark ether where you're still young and hard and cold. Just like when they built you, brother, broke the mold.
Yeah, it's been a journey. It's had highs and lows, and I think
Yep.
that's the way marriages go sometimes.
And it's a lot of work.
It is.
You know, it's maybe fun for a few years, and maybe at the end it's fun. Right now it's starting to get fun.
We
again.
started off with nothing in those early days. We had no money, no plans. We were just
Nothing.
living on, our
on a
love
dream.
and adventure. That's
Living
what we
on
did.
a prayer. Is that what the
That's
song
exactly
says?
what we were doing, And, I think what I take from our life together to this point is just how precious time is. Time together, time with family. And, I think that's really what I take from it. It's been almost 41 years, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll be together 41 on St. Patrick's Day,
Well,
and 39 this year
I think
in August.
I think the photo books tell the story better than we ever will. We've had a lot of fun with our kids, and boating, fishing, ATVs, camping, you name it, we did it. We were out there enjoying life.
Yeah.
And again, the pictures tell the tale. I mean, these kids have, I hope, they'll grow up when they're our age and look back and go, wow, we really did have a lot of fun, and we were a close family. Like I said, we've drifted apart in later years here, but those kids were our focus. Heck, we
Did everything. We
had-
and
our grandkids. Look at Lily. She darn near lived with us. I kidnapped
Yeah.
her. I mean, she was my baby. And then Brody lived with us, and and then of course we got Ryder, who's our little our little what do we want to call him? Our little ruffian. Well, he's all boy.
Yeah. And then Junie Tooney, she's got her own
Oh
world.
God,
She should
Junie.
have her own TV show. That
Yes,
kid.
Junie runs the roost.
Oh yes,
And
she really
and Jolie,
should.
she's kind of our little. She's kind of her own little person. I mean, she's interesting sometimes to me because she likes to do her own thing.
Yeah, very independent.
Yeah, she seems like she could be a little reclusive at times, but that's just Jolie. They all have different personalities. And Brody, the big guy.
Wow, the big guy.
He's a big boy, and I'm so proud of him. He's doing his drumming, and I'm proud of all our grandkids. They're amazing kids. I couldn't never have asked them to be any better, any different.
Yeah.
They've been a blessing for sure. Like I said, it's been a good life. That's what I get from our journey.
I kill him. No, all the wrestlers at my school were like tall, skinny kids. No, all the kids at my school are short, skinny kids. No, I'm done.
I'm not gonna do it.
Here you are.
I'm not. Barbie Crash?
Did you see the new Barbie movie?
No, not yet, but I want to. I really want to see it.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm sorry I haven't been able to be here to read to you.
I didn't know what to do. I was afraid you were never coming back.
I'll always come back.
What's going to happen when I can't remember anything anymore? What will you do?
I'll be here. I'll never leave you.
I need to ask you something.
What is it, sweetheart?
Do you think that our love can create miracles?
Yes, I do. That's what brings you back to me each time.
Do you think our love could take us away together?
I think our love can do anything we want it to.